All right, so we are going to talk about the elephant in the room. We're going to talk about crypto. I've been avoiding this video because I know I'm going to get spammed by a million crypto bots. Just ignore them. If you think that you're talking to me on Discord, WhatsApp, Telegram, LinkedIn, and you think that I'm recommending some shady crypto wallet or any of my students, you're not. They're just imposters. And this is the main problem with crypto. This is the main problem that I have with it. There are so many scams. So crypto, especially the blockchain, I think does have potential. There's a lot of problems with the American banking system and frankly the worldwide banking system. Like it shouldn't be closed on any day. You shouldn't have like random fees to take out your own money. There's so many problems. But at the same time, is a very scammy, shady industry the answer to take over? Blockchain is all transparent, fantastic, but you don't know who is who. We still don't even know who created Bitcoin. A lot of the other smaller cryptos are run in crazy countries where there's no extradition because the owners don't want to get extradited because they're going to be prosecuted for fraud and money laundering. It is the number one shadiest industry in the world. Almost all drug dealers, almost all money launderers, almost all like arms dealers, they love it because it's so shady. All my imposters love it because the law is very gray area. Not just my imposters, but imposters of my top students, imposters on every social media network. It's really annoying. And what I do wish, I'll tell you straight up, I wish that crypto, not that, some people say like, well, crypto should be regulated. Good luck with that, okay? It's anti-government, so governments try to shut it down, countries try to block it. You can't. It already exists, it's out there. I don't think that any one country can regulate crypto. I think that there's going to need to be like some crypto police force. Like crypto companies, instead of spending hundreds of millions of dollars on, stadium naming rights and Dubai penthouses and yachts, maybe spend it on policing your industry. Like if there was a united crypto police agency run by crypto companies and in the best interest for all crypto companies and crypto users, I think that would be fantastic. Obviously, the drug dealers, the criminals, they wouldn't like it because they would get policed. And I have a feeling that if they did that, especially right now, like the volume on crypto transactions would drop by like 80 or 90%. But I think that would be needed to really have a solid future. It's kind of like the Wild West in the US. Back in the 1800s when everyone moved out west or went out west mining for gold. There was a lot of crime. Like murder happened, but many towns didn't even have sheriffs. There was no law. Murder was like gray area, right? Like Coca-Cola had cocaine in it. Like there was no rules. It's the Wild West. Gradually, the West got domesticated. The U.S. built towns and then cities over these little rinky-dink establishments. Gold never really rose in price as much as it did back in the 1800s. But, America evolved, business evolved. Murder is not gray area anymore. There's no cocaine in Coca-Cola. There's no like miracle cures. This is what happens when industries and civilizations evolve. Okay, I'm like a student of history. That's all I am. I'm a glorified history teacher. But the more you study history, if you look at something to succeed, you really have to police it. You have to weed out the crime. Because if there's too much crime and too much scamming going on, it's just not going to take off. So again, right now, crypto is taking off. Crypto is the number one best performing asset of the past decade. So all the crypto haters who say like, never trade crypto, never do crypto, you're missing out on the single best asset. All the people who say there's a lot of problems with the US banking system, but that's why gold is the answer. Gold has sucked as an investment. You can make all your conspiracy theories and, theses about the banking crisis you want. Gold has never really outperformed for any extended period of time. Crypto has. So again, I think crypto has potential as a tradable asset. I think it has potential as a currency, but you got to figure out a lot of stuff first because average people are getting scammed for $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. They even had, what was that? There was like a company, I think it was called Bitcloud. And they were going after all these influencers. Like to grow my charity, we get a lot of influencers and celebrities involved. And they were all trying to get me to do, I think it was called Bitcloud. Pascal, can you look this up?
Looking it up right now.
Don't quote me. We'll edit this, or we won't edit this.
It's
But
an open source blockchain-based social media platform.
yeah, that sounds about right. I think it's called Bitcloud. Don't take my word for it. But there's prices of all the people, right? Do you see it? Is it still up?
Cloud.
Bitcloud.
Cloud.
It's just called Clout?
Bitcloud.
Yeah, Bitcloud.
Yeah.
Is the prices on it?
Oh.
Like individual celebrities and influencers could have prices, and then your followers could theoretically invest in you. That was the idea. But then if you do digging, it's connected to some very, very shady banks in Africa.
Last known price is 0.00019.
So this is the problem, right? Bitcloud is a good example. Save that screenshot, put it in here. Everyone was all excited, like, oh, you're an influencer, you're a celebrity, you have your brand. Why don't you have your own stock? Why don't you have something that people can invest in? Oh, Bitcloud. And this was just one of many platforms, but it bombed. Why? Because there was sketchy, scammy people behind it. It would make sense, like if my followers or my students could invest in me or could invest, that would be cool. But the way that these scams are set up and the way that the industry is right now, it's just not possible, right? Like no different than the Wild West. Picture like San Francisco, like 1849, not much going on. Everyone's like mining for gold. Versus, I'm filming this in 2023, San Francisco 2023, homelessness, drugs aside, San Francisco's a mess, but there's giant skyscrapers. The city has evolved. There's big business. Napa Valley is delightful, an hour away. You should go if you like wine. You could not build what we have today back then 100, 150 years ago. It just wasn't ready. You didn't have the infrastructure. You had a lot of hope about the gold miners. And by the way, most people who mine gold did not make money. Do you guys know? There's 6 people in the room. Let's see. Can you guess the only surviving company or the number one surviving company from the gold rush 150 years ago? There's one company that we pretty much all know of today. What succeeded from the gold rush?
Getty. What's the guy who was in the...
John Paul Getty? Oil? No.
No, Deadwood. Carnegie.
Carnegie?
No, Deadwood. The guy's in Deadwood.
I haven't seen Deadwood.
Chase, didn't Morgan, didn't he?
So you have banks, you have railroads, you have like oil. None of that was directly related to the gold mining explosion. One company...
Catalog.
What?
Sears Catalog?
Close. Sears Catalog is close. You're on the right track. It's not the gold itself. What do you do to mine the gold? How do you get it?
Hands?
Shovels.
Shovels.
Shovels. And what clothes do you wear when you're shoveling for gold? Jeans. Levi Strauss. Levi freaking Strauss. Put up the logo. Did you know this? Levi Strauss, the jeans company, came about during the gold rush. So if you sell them picks, shovels, and jeans, that's where the money is over time, not the gold itself. It's actually interesting. It's a good analogy. But that's the reality of crypto. So many people are trying to make all this money for crypto. 50, 100 years from now, we'll probably look back at it and laugh. That said, does that mean that crypto is necessarily going to die? Is it necessarily going to get shut down? I don't know. Okay, I'm not a lawyer. There's a lot of legal questions in every different country. I do know that a lot of criminals use it, right? If I was a criminal, I would be using crypto every day because there's no laws. It's all gray area. You're not going to be prosecuted because it's like, what laws do you prosecute? There's a lot of criminals living in a lot of non-extradition countries just in case. So they can't be extradited to a country and, basically tried for like fraud or money laundering. So what's my take on crypto? Trade it, enjoy the volatility, respect the upside. Like NFTs wouldn't have happened without crypto. NFTs went up a lot, but then they also came down a lot. I think the main problem is just people believing one thing, like crypto is all a scam, avoid it at all costs. Or crypto is the future, put all my money into it. It's not so black and white. If you put all your money into it at the right time, you can make a lot. But you also should take profits. Don't be like Michael Saylor, buy a lot of crypto, make billions unrealized, and then watch your billions turn into billions of losses. Even if crypto does come back, even if Bitcoin does go to 1 million eventually, and he's proven right. I hope it does, right? I like volatility. At the same time, I still respect responsible trading. If you have a solid profit, sell some. Sell a quarter, sell a third, sell half your position, just in case. because you don't know what's going to happen with such a volatile industry, especially one that is used by so many criminals, especially one that has gone up so much. It's no different than, a penny stock pump and dump. You can ride a penny stock pump and dump up. You don't necessarily have to believe in the company. You don't have to say, I believe this is the next Microsoft. You can just say, I appreciate the volatility. Thank you, promoters. Let me try to ride the pump. I always say ride the pump, but never believe it. Similarly, if a play starts to go down, whether it's a crypto, whether it's an NFT, whether it's a penny stock, you don't have to hold. You don't have to risk giant losses. And this is a big problem with the crypto community. The way that they've gotten it up is because they're all like united. They're like, we're going to buy crypto, we're going to hodl. Hodl means hold on for dear life. We're going to take it out of the supply. So all these people are hodling, and there's a very limited supply, and frankly, the price is going up because there's such a small supply. They did a good job. I wish more penny stock promoters were like crypto promoters. They've done a good job at really keeping the supply small so that any buyers push the price up. Penny stocks, the supply is great, and they're just selling stock to idiots, and the price never stays up for very long. Crypto, they've done a good job at, really hyping it up, creating the demand, and taking the supply low. This is economics 101. If there's not enough supply and there's a lot of demand, the buyers will push the price up. That's what crypto has done. And that's the part of the ingenious part about the way crypto is designed. Okay? If you're a lover of math, if you're a lover of economics, crypto is designed really well, supply demand wise, right? Like there's never going to be a huge supply. There's going to be a diminishing supply. And if you get enough people to hold, and then you get more buyers, like the price will go up. I have no doubt that crypto could hit 1 million. Soon? When? I don't know. Crypto could also go to zero if they ever find out who the founder of crypto is and they arrest him and they take all their coins. Because I don't know if you know this, but like some crypto exchanges have been shut down by governments for fraud and money laundering and all that. And when the governments get hold of those crypto wallets, they sell and they convert it. And a big part of the drop in crypto is related to the US government selling the coins that they acquired from crypto criminals. And then, getting rid of them. We're not getting rid of them, but like selling them and getting money from it. So as much as people hate the government is actually one of the biggest influences on the price of crypto. There's always going to be new crypto criminals. The government is always going to, acquire their wallets, and they'll probably, sell their Bitcoin or whatever crypto positions to finance more investigations. And that's how the government works. Expect more volatility. All I'm saying is that you don't know. If you click the link below, I'm going to post a video that I recently did about AI. And people wanted me to have one specific position. Is AI good? Is it bad? Should we invest? What should we invest in? And I'm like, just wait and see. Just react. Be adaptable. Same thing with crypto. Okay? I don't have specific crypto companies. I don't have specific cryptos that I believe in. Again, I've never made money trying to predict something hot, like a hot new technology, a hot new trend. I've never been able to do that. I've never been good at it. I'm much better at reacting. So if Bitcoin keeps going, I might buy it. I should have, hindsight bias, but I should have bought that breakout above 20,000. Bitcoin had clear resistance at 20,000. When it broke 20,000, that's just a technical breakout. I should have, could have, would have bought it. I would have sold it probably at 25,000. I wouldn't have held to it went up to 70,000. But at the same time, use technical analysis. I know that technical analysis works on crypto because there's not many or any fundamentals. Harry Ye used to be one of my students, stock trading. He never made much stock trading. I think it was 2016, 2017. He did a crypto guide for Profitly. We sold 40 or 50 copies. No one cared about it. He created his own crypto. He's now worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So screw my top students like Jack Kellogg, Tim Grattani, making 12, 15 million. Fantastic. Harry Ye shits on both of them. Okay? I think that there's upside and downside. I just want you to be aware of the risks. And I really, going back to the beginning of this video, hate the scammers. I hate that people, pretend to be me. Once upon a time, I got hacked on Instagram. I'll tell you a little story. This was one of my nightmares that came true. How much time do we have in this video, Pascal?
Get another 8.
Okay, I'll tell you the story. Friday night in LA, I'm going to sleep. It's like 10 p.m., which is 1 a.m. East Coast time. I'm usually working New York hours. Long week, I'm exhausted. I put my eye mask on. I like my blackout shades. I'm asleep. 10:30, 11 p.m. I don't know what time it was. My buddy Matt burst into my room and he's like, "You're talking to me." And I was like, I take off my eye mask. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He shows me his phone, right? And there's a whole message with me, Tim, and him. And he messaged me because, why? Tim on Instagram, this fake Tim, this imposter who had taken over my Instagram account, posted not one, not two, but 3 Instagram posts in a row on a Friday night or Saturday morning in New York. And what did they do? They did a post saying, "I found a way to double my money in crypto. DM me for more details in the next 24 hours. I'm asleep. I didn't even see this. And the funny thing is, before I went to bed, like, I actually saw something with my phone. Like, I got like logged out of like, my different social media networks. And I was like half awake and I'm like, oh, I'm getting logged out. I don't know what's going on. Let me go to sleep. I'll figure it out in the morning. Someone had gained access to my phone. Very scary stuff. I got woken up. There's nothing I could do. I'm like signed out of all my social media network accounts. Like, Matt had been messaging me because he's like, "Wait a minute, why are you saying that you can double your money in crypto in 24 hours? I thought you hated crypto." It wasn't me. It was a crypto scammer. And I finally got access to my accounts like 12 hours later, but they did it at the right time. No social media was open. I couldn't get my account right away. When I did get my account back, I saw all these DMs from people who believed this crypto scammer. And because I'm pretty blunt, they thought it was me. And all these shady crypto wallet instructions. And fortunately, it was very complicated. The vast majority of people were like, "No, this is sketchy. This is very weird." But this is what crypto scammers do, okay? And to this day, this was like a few years ago, to this day, some people see me, they see me pop up online. They're like, "I know how you make your money. You're a crypto scammer. I know that was you." And I'm like, oh my God, I warn about this all the time. There's so many imposters and so many scammers. And these scammers give such a bad name to the whole industry. The scammers are just doing what they do. I actually was talking to some imposter and I was like, "Yo, what you're doing is illegal. You should be in jail. I should lock you up. Your whole family should be locked up. You're an embarrassment." And I'm going back and forth with this scammer and they're like, "Don't be mad at me. I'm in Africa. I'm just trying to feed my family." They're trying to like make me pity them. And I'm like, "Yo, you're scamming people with crypto using my name. Like, this is illegal." But they don't have many money-making opportunities. So I don't feel bad for them because I don't think that you should ever be a criminal, but I understand that crypto enables criminals. Because it's so gray area, who are you going to call if you get scammed with crypto? All the governments warned about crypto. Who are you going to call? I really don't even know the answer to that. People say, not just for me, but like all these imposters, all these crypto scams all over. I get messages like, "I got scammed 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. I don't know what to do." And I say, "I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know the rules." That's what's most scary. So I do think that there's potential. Like I said, there's a lot of problems with governments and banking, very inefficient, very fee-based. So there is a need for a technological innovation. But technology aside, potential aside, scamming holds it back. If you fix the scams, then I'll be more open-minded. But I don't see any improvement towards dealing with the scams at all. At least Elon Musk took over Twitter and like some crypto scams have disappeared, but new ones have popped up. So be very cautious, be very wary. Just because Bitcoin was the #1 performing asset of the past decade does not mean it's going to be the #1 performing asset of the next decade, especially with these scams. You can't just expect an industry built on scams to keep going. There's going to be crashes. I don't mind potentially dip buying Bitcoin or NFTs. I think that NFTs have more potential, but just an NFT as a JPEG, as a picture itself, I don't think that's the future. Maybe there's going to be new technological advancements. There probably will be. Like, Bitcoin and crypto is just the foundation of a new layer of technology. I'm excited to see what's built on top of it, but they got to clean up their mess first. So that's my take. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Again, I forgive all the crypto bots that I know are going to pollute my comments. It's just a sad reality that we have to deal with for right now. If there ever is a company, if you're an inventor out there, if you're an entrepreneur, if you can create a company that can clean up the mess in crypto, it might not have to be a whole police force. Maybe some company fixes it. That company will probably be worth billions. And that company I would be very proud to invest in, because they would be clean up the mess. Whenever there's anything bad in an industry, it also creates opportunity. And there's an opportunity to clean up the mess. We don't just have to accept the scams. There's always room for improvement. I hope they figure it out. Good luck.